I've had some amazing teachers, elementary, junior high, and high school. They've all been so good. One elementary teacher that stands out to me is Mrs. Grange. She was my 5th grade teacher. She was so awesome. She just made me feel so special, and I just loved going to her class every day.
Mrs. Stonehocker, she was amazing. She helped me through everything. My family went through a lot of loss when I was in elementary school, and she was there all the time.
Mrs. Hackey, just because she kind of let us lead our learning, I guess. So we would get to class every day, and it would be kind of like, what are you guys interested in making? We'd start off the week and she'd say, hey, we're doing a baking week. What do you guys want to learn how to bake? So she kind of just let us choose what we wanted to learn about.
Mrs. Smith, she knows my name. She's talked to me every time, asked how I've been doing. And she's even been to some of my tennis matches, which has been really awesome.
My English teacher, Mrs. Gravitt.
Mr. Warren. Mrs. Whiteside.
Miss McCowan.
Miss Rasmussen in history.
Shane Hansen.
Mr. Story.
Miss Law and Miss Felt definitely stand out to me. I mean, they were the teachers that were always outside playing games with us, just building a relationship with us, and just always supporting me through everything I was doing.
Shout out to Miss Checkitts. She was great. I did her positive psychology class, and I learned a lot about mental health and how to take care of myself because of her class.
My kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Clark, I just remember one time she helped me count to 100, and that was such an ego boost for me to be able to count to 100, and she was just super great, and she's actually retiring as I'm a senior, so she was there when I first started kindergarten, and now she's retiring, which is super cool.
I really can't decide between which teacher I really like, so shout out to Smith and Carrie Miller.
Mr. Claycomb, and he was a choir teacher. He was so funny, and we did this huge opera, and it was just so memorable.
Dr. Joy at Walquist. He's a pretty good dude. He made science fun, and he made a safe space for everybody in that class.
My favorite teacher is Mrs. Jackson. She was my 9th grade English teacher.
Miss Whiteside's at Rocky Mountain. She was just included everyone and made everyone participate and helped us feel closer to each other and to her, and she was just a goofball, and her class was a lot of fun.
Miss Hansen at Rocky. She was always the best.
The Spanish teacher, Miss Buval.
Mrs. Hansen, Miss Bolton.
Miss Kersey.
Ryan Evans.
Mr. Barfus.
Mrs. Herzog.
Mr. Warwaller.
Mrs. Lamb is someone that when I see today, I always go up and give her a hug. She's just made such a big impact in my life, and she's just so awesome.
My drama teacher is Mr. Smith, and he is really what inspired me to really go into kind of acting and all that stuff.
Miss Mangum at Hooper Elementary. She was the greatest because I came midway through the year from Quest, and I just instantly fit in with her. And she was my best friend for the first probably month and a half.
Miss Stevens, my 6th grade teacher. She would always help me no matter how hard I was struggling. Even if I was behind in the class, she would always make sure that I knew what was happening and take the extra time.
Mrs. Griffey, and she was at Country View Elementary, and she has since retired, but she made learning so much fun, and she encouraged us to read. We had she taught us music with recorders and everything, and she made school fun.
Mr. Floyd, the math teacher, had him sophomore and junior year, and he really set the tone for me for high school and really taught me how to get through it and push myself.
Mr. Shaw, I had it for all 3 years in high school, 10th, 11th, then 12th.
Mr. Arndt, I learned a lot in this class, about cars, and cars are personally my favorite thing.
Mrs. Toon.
Mrs. Thorpe.
Mrs. Wright.
Mr. McKay.
Mrs. Finder.
Mrs. Forsberg.
Tyler Barfus.
Sean Hill.
Cash Morgan.
Driver.
Miss Chip.
Mrs. Mark.
Mrs. Wilson.
Mr. Sanders.
Don Blood.
Shout out to Mrs. Dalebow and Mr. Barfus. They're my favorite teachers ever and impacted my life so much. They're the best.
Mrs. Weaver, my junior year English teacher. She was such a really great role model to me, and I struggled with mental health last year, and she was just always there for me and had really good advice and was always a really good mentor to me and teacher too. She was a great teacher.
Ashley Patterson. She made the transition from junior high to high school super great.
My CNA teacher, Mrs. Dersh. I didn't really know for sure if I wanted to go into the healthcare field, and I had her class, and it just like really like convinced me to do it.
I loved my 3rd grade teacher, Mr. Campbell, and my 6th grade teacher, Miss Lacefield. Those two. I really liked Mr. Campbell because like he was really like fun, energetic. He had like a lot of incentives. He had a lot of parties. He had a lot of like rewards for doing stuff. But at the same time, he taught us well. Like I learned multiplication like hardcore from him. And I remember one time asking, because he made us practice it every single day, and for like a little bit, and I even afterwards, like I passed all of them off. He still made me practice them, and I asked him, I was like, why do I still have to keep practicing them? And he's like, in the future you're gonna thank me. And I actually feel like I do, because I still remember them a lot.
Jen Bird, I know that she knows who I am, and whether it's a good day or bad day, she's there for me.
Mrs. Lay from Canesville, she was always really nice to me. She was always really kind. She pushed me in a lot of ways that I believe helped me to be where I'm at right now.
Mr. Bennett.
Mr. Porter.
Miss Olson. Mrs. Harder of the pottery.
Mr. Bodley.
Ryan Rinkevich.
Mrs. Birch.
Carly Lloyd.
Miss Marriott.
Mr. Schwartz.
Miss Brown.
Whitesides.
Mr. Hanson.
So in elementary, my 6th grade year, I actually came here from Davis County, so I didn't know a lot of people and I didn't have a lot of friends. And my teacher, Mr. Hanson, he really helped me get to know people, and he was a really good teacher, but he was also a really good friend.
Mrs. Kale, the way she teaches like makes it like easy, but like I learn the stuff in like the right way. Makes it like kind of fun to learn everything.
Ms. Hislop just was able to help me get through my 6th grade year, because I was new to Weaver's district, 5th and 6th grade, and she really just helped me get along my classmates and all that stuff, and I just think that I really appreciate her for all that.
Teresa Ryder, my 4th grade teacher. She taught me a lot of things about life, which I really appreciate, which I still hold dear to this day.
Hughie, because he's so funny.
Mr. Rodenbow up at Birch Creek Elementary. He's got to be my favorite teacher of all time.
Mr. McGuire, I really like him because he's taught me he's just been like a friend, and he's there as someone like if I need to talk to him, or if I'm ever like nervous or feel something like that's something wrong, I can talk to him.
Mr. Remkes really stood out. He was an absolute beast.
Mr. Sessions.
Mr. Porter. Erica.
Miss Salcedo.
Miss Lima.
Mrs. Lay from 6th grade.
Mr. Baldstead, the pottery teacher.
Miss Black.
Jessica Cassidy.
Miss Bolton, she didn't sugarcoat things, she just told you what, and she was strict, but I learned a lot from her. I learned how to start writing essays, and she'd reward us with goofy little Skittles.
Mr. Godfrey, he's my English teacher this year. Super, super awesome. He knows his stuff, and he is just genuinely so caring and just very kind.
Probably my favorite teachers has to be Mr. Baylor and Mr. Welch.
Mr. Pontius, he would read us books, especially I think it was Percy Jackson.
Mr. Fessler. The reason for that is I took him as a junior for history, and he was the nicest teacher out there, and he actually encouraged me to voice my opinion, even if it was against his thoughts and beliefs.
For Mr. Mogg and Miss Mark, you could just tell that they truly want to make a connection with their students, and they truly care about you.
I really love Mrs. Bowden, Mr. Price, Mrs. Broom, and Mr. Hines. They're my favorite because and Mrs. Brown, because they've helped me in so many ways here, and I don't think I would have been able to do it without them.
Mr. Only, my 6th grade teacher. It was just cool that it was the teacher that my mom had in elementary school as well. I loved him as a teacher.
Mrs. Sakurada has always been there for me too. I call her my second mom, my school mom.
Mrs. Edsinger, she was a really great teacher too. She was like my mom, basically. We always joked that she always said that she wishes that she was my mom instead of my mom.
Mrs. Va Tui Tui, my 2nd grade teacher. Back then I was ahead in school, and she would always give me, she would make me feel smart.
My favorite teacher I've ever had is probably Mrs. Thornock. She was my creative writing teacher when I was in 9th grade, and I think that's a lot of the reason why I am where I am today. I'm doing what I'm doing.
Ben Watkins, the ag teacher.
Miss Martinez, she taught us how to cook.
Mr. Shaw in the English department.
He's been a great mentor, but also a great coach as well.
Mr. Porter at Canesville.
My English teacher, Miss Weaver.
Mr. Daniels, Mrs. Marriott, and Mr. Saunders.
Mr. Moore.
Mrs. Wright from North Ogden Junior High.
Mr. Wardley at Roy Jr.
Mr. Vorwaller.
Miss Dersh, and I have her in CNA, and she just uplifts me a lot.
Mr. Bollinger pushes us to be our best.
Mr. Jackson, sophomore history class, ancient history.
Mrs. Wallace, she just helped me through a difficult time in my life, and she just was really good.
My favorite teacher that made an impact on me was Ryan, the trainer.
Mrs. Howling or Hadley.
Mike Russell.
Mrs. Stowers in 6th grade.
Mr. Grunander.
My 10th grade math teacher, Sakurada, she cared about you a lot more than I feel like I've ever felt with any teacher.
Mr. Kemke, I've had him all 3 years of high school.
I had one teacher in 7th and 9th grade, Mrs. Shriver, and then my 8th grade teacher, English teacher, Mr. Flores.
Ben Van Beekom, he's just always there for me.
Stanger.
Miss Goldsberry.
Mrs. Sorter, my science teacher.
Mr. Mogg.
Wendy, Chelsea.
Mr. Burnett.
Senora Nelson.
Add-on is Mrs. Mark. She was my Titan Time teacher, and I absolutely loved her.
And then honorable mention, my kindergarten teacher, my mom, Mrs. Pollock, because she just taught me everything I know, like basics, and I wouldn't really be here without her.
Just thank you for all my teachers, honestly, helping me get this far.
Just all my teachers that I've had, thank you for all you've done. You really have helped me to become where I am at right now, and you've been so awesome, so thank you so much.
Thank you to all my teachers for everything they did. They impacted my life a lot.
I really did love all my teachers. I want to thank them all if you're watching this for encouraging me to keep good grades and to stay involved in all the things that school has to offer. I know being a teacher isn't easy, but thanks for putting up with us for the last 12 years.